Welcome to the first half review video, or first 9 weeks review video. Trying to decide if it's a function or not. Look at vertical lines. If any single vertical line hits it in more than one place, then it is not a function. Part B, you can see that each vertical line hits it in at most one place, so it is a function. For choice C, all the x values are different, so it's a function. And then choice D, 7 goes to 6, 7 also goes to -2, so that's not a function. Here we want to write an equation in function notation to represent the situation. I'm going to let C represent cost, and F represent the number of additional flavors. All right. Number of additional flavors is the independent variable, so it needs to go in parentheses in this function notation. So cost is a function of the number of flavors, and it's equal to $3 plus 50 cents times the number of additional flavors. And you may have chosen different letters there, but whatever you're using for the number of additional flavors needs to be next to the 50 cents, or multiplied by the 50 cents. Some of you may have written it this way. And this is an equivalent equation, so either one of these is fine. Write a sentence using is a function of. Dependent depends on independent. Dependent is a function of independent. So here, cost is a function of the number of flavors. Again, the independent variable goes the last part of the sentence. If a smoothie costs $4.50, so that's going to replace the C of F in the formula that we wrote on number 2. And then we'll solve this for F. To get rid of the positive 3, subtract 3, you get $1.50. Divide that by 50 cents. And you get 3 for the number of additional flavors. So how many additional flavors? 3. Independent variable is the one that comes first in real life. So the independent is the number of additional flavors. And the dependent is the cost. Unlimited Smoothies offers smoothies with an unlimited number of flavors for $5. When is it a better deal to buy smoothies from Unlimited Smoothies? So better deal would be when it's cheaper. So if we compare the 5, it has to be less than 3 plus 50 cents times the number of flavors. So if we subtract 3, we get 2 less than 50 cents times the number of flavors. Divide both sides by 50 cents, and so we get 4. Is less than F. If you rewrite with the variable on the left side, F is greater than 4. So anytime you get more than 4 additional flavors, then it's better to go with unlimited smoothies. Average rate of change is the same thing as slope. So you're going to find your points, label them, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Substitute into the slope formula. Y sub 2, that's 3,845 minus 3,499 over 2,005 minus 1995. Subtract on top, you get 346. Subtract on the bottom, you get 10. Divide that, you get 34.6. And that's people per year. All right, to write it in slope-intercept form, we need to figure out the slope, that's the m, and figure out the y-intercept. So it starts at 1, so the b is 1. Let's find another point where it hits the grid mark, so we go down 2, to the right 3. So our slope is negative 2/3. Down 2 to the right 3. Substitute in. So the equation of this line, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. Increasing means going uphill from left to right. So that's everything to the left of 1. Decreasing means going downhill from left to right. So that's everything to the right of 1. F of x positive means above the x-axis. So we're going from, starting at 0, up to 2. And f of x negative means below the x-axis, so that's everything to the left of 0, or second part is everything to the right of 2. All right, solving this for y, or getting it in slope-intercept form. To get y by itself, we're going to subtract x from each side. So far we're here. To get rid of multiplying by a negative 1, we'll divide everything by a negative 1. If you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative, you have to reverse the inequality symbol. So looking at it in slope-intercept, we see our slope is 1, y-intercept's 2. So plot a point at 2, go up 1 to the right 1. You can also go down 1 to the left 1. This one's going to be a solid line because of the or equal to. Now look at slope-intercept to figure out shading, and so we see greater than or equal to, so that's above. Again, you have to look at slope-intercept if you're going to determine shading by just shading above or below. The other option is the test point. All right, we'll fill in our slope and our y-intercept. Plot a point at negative 2, go up 1 to the right 3. You can also go down 1 to the left 3. We'll connect those to form our line. For the second one, our slope is negative 2 over 1 since we're graphing. Y-intercept negative 2. So plot a point at negative 2, and then go down 2 to the right 1. Once you've graphed both lines, then you're looking for the place where they intersect. So our solution here is 0, negative 2. Intersecting lines will produce one solution. Here we're solving by substitution. Replace y with what it's equal to, in this case 2x plus 4. Get rid of the parentheses, distribute. Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Still have the equal to 15. Combine like terms. 5x minus 4x is 1x or just x. From here, to get rid of minus 8, add 8. So we have x equal to 23. Now we need to find y, so we'll take this and plug it back in. So we have y equals 2, and then instead of x, put 23. Finishing the rest of that out, plus 4. Multiply, you get 46, and then add, you get 50. Put it together as an ordered pair, x then y. Elimination, you already have opposite coefficients on the y, so you're ready to add them together. Get negative x, y's are eliminated, equal to 7. Divide both sides by negative 1. And so x is negative 7. To find y, we'll plug this back in. Notice that everything's positive in the second one, so it may be just a little bit easier to work with. So replace x with negative 7, and then solve for y. Multiply, get negative 28. To get rid of the negative 28, add 28 to each side. And so you get 4y equal to 36. Divide by 4. And so y is 9. Put it together as an ordered pair. All right. Before you solve 14, you want to think, what could we take the absolute value of and get 10? So 10 would work. Also, negative 10 would work. Absolute value negative 10 is positive 10. So this stuff inside of the absolute value could equal 10, or it could equal negative 10. Solve each of these, add 1, get 11. Add 1, and you get negative 9. If you have absolute value by itself equal to a negative, it's going to be no solution. We can't take the absolute value of something and get negative 9. If you try positive 9, you get 9 equal to negative 9. That doesn't work. If you try negative 9, absolute value of negative 9 is also 9. It's not negative 9. So there is no solution here. There's no value for x that will make that absolute value of that expression come out to be negative 9. So no solution, or you can write empty set. Solve this, distribute to get rid of the parentheses. We want to get our variables on one side and our constants on the other side. Yeah, I'd normally subtract 3c first. So you get 9 plus 5c less than negative 6. 2 steps from here, subtract 9. You get 5c is less than negative 15. To get rid of multiplying by 5, divide by 5 on each side. And so you have c is less than negative 3. Divided by positive, we do not have to change the inequality symbol. All right, we see the starting amount, the rate, and the number of weeks, the exponent. So this is exponential decay because we're having fewer hits on the side each week. So we'll substitute into this formula, starting with 20,000. Decay, so we'll put minus 10%. If you want to write it as a decimal, it's 0.10, exponent 2. Do what's in parentheses, subtract that, then square it, and then multiply it. And so you get 1,620 hits on the website. Again, this was exponential decay. This one, they're increasing by 15% every year. So we've got our starting amount, 840,000. Our R is 15%, and then T is 9. Substitute in 840,000 is A, times 1 plus, because it's increasing, 15%, or 0.15. And then your exponent's the number of years. Then we'll go to our calculator for that decimal approximation. All right, so we get 2,955,016 people. And that was rounded to the nearest whole number. Linear means straight line. So that's part A. Exponential growth, it's going to be a curve that goes uphill from left to right. Exponential decay is going to be a curve that goes downhill from left to right. And then absolute value is going to be a V shape. Kind of a funky setup here. Notice that the x is coming second in the equation. So this is not like standard form or anything. Substitute in 0. 0 times -7 is 0. So we don't have to write it. So we have 3y equal to 21. We'll divide both sides by 3. And so y is 7. So when x is 0, y is 7. Next one, y is 0. So put 3 times 0 minus 7 times x equal to 21. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 7x is -7x. Divide by -7 and you get -3. Next one, put 2 in. It's going in place of x. Multiply. Get -14. Two-step equation from here. Add 14. You get 35. Divide by 3. And you get 11 2/3. Next one, replace y with -1/3. Multiply, get -1. Two-step equation from here. Add 1. Get -7x equals 22. Divide by -7. And so x equals -3 and 1/7. Next one, replace x with 3. Multiply, get -21. Add 21 to each side, you get 42. And then divide by 3. And you get 14. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe. You can also check out all my videos at swayze.weebly.com.